This is Mr. Carr and Mr. Pinkston. Our schools are Lewis County High School and Henderson North Middle. At my school, LCHS, we have 700 students, 98% white. I have a couple of mixed students. There are no English language learners, and everyone here receives free breakfast and lunch. I have 6 science classes, averaging about 26 students, and that's mixed in with gifted IEPs, and I have a huge reading level range, and most days students have one-to-one Chromebooks. So right here are some pictures of my classroom, and right outside my classroom of some students working on their Chromebooks and the TVs, 65-inch TV. We pretty much use it as a projector. That's an image of students giving a presentation. You can't see because it's dark, on ecosystem disruption and the effect on the economy. And right here is Mr. Pinkston's school. He has 800 students, 100% free and reduced lunch, 83% white, 8% African American, 3% Hispanic, 6% mixed, and he does have English language learners. Right here is Mr. Pinkston's gym and his school, health and PE. So me and Mr. Pinkston both talked about how big we were on classroom norms. We both read First Days of School by Harry Wong, and we both talked about how we felt it makes the students feel safe whenever they know what to expect every day in the classroom, and having a no bullying and discrimination attitude helps students just feel real safe and trusting. We both try to make connections by attending students' extracurricular activities, and we're both coaches, so we have spent a lot of time with him baseball, me football students after school, molding students. Also in my classrooms, as you saw before, I like to let my art students, paint and draw in the classroom to make it feel like theirs. I also help students with their taxes, job applications, recommendations, and college selections. I also have students all the time fixing my desk and chairs that are older than I am. Whenever we were looking at the data for reaching all students, the biggest achievement gaps that we found were along gender, socioeconomic, and IEPs, individualized learning disabilities lines. There were large literacy, writing, and reading achievement gaps. So that's why we decided to focus on that with technology, because we both talked about how we felt that students having their own Chromebook at my last school, they could take it home and they could work on stuff at home. They could keep it when they graduated, and it was theirs. And that's just how it is at Mr. Pinkston's school. And so we both talked about how we felt that removes a socioeconomic barrier, because students would have a Chromebook availability to work on things when otherwise they would not have a Chromebook. It actually saves money in the district because it's cheaper to give them a Chromebook and then use it for a couple of years than it is to print for them every day. And there's all kinds of different ways that it could increase the infiltration opportunities. And for Mr. Pinkston, it improves inclusion with students who are learning English, because sometimes you don't have the faculty in the room that you need, and Google Translation or different programs like that is the best that you have. But for other students with individualized learning disabilities, especially literacy, programs like Read Aloud, Read and Write, voice to text. If they cannot read a word, they can highlight it and read it to them. If they cannot spell a word, they can say it and it will put it down. There's a couple programs I have here at the bottom that I really like. Newsela, you can cover the same content at a wide variety of reading levels. Grammarly, we write papers in my classroom, APA, so students really like that to clean up their paper. Edpuzzle, that's I have a classroom set of headphones, and they can listen to videos, and it has embedded questions to guide them through the video at their own pace. They can do that at home or in classroom. Docs, slides, I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. Socrative, an assessment tool, it's amazing. Study Island, Nearpod, those are both really good learning apps. And Doc Hub, you can write on a PDF, and Google Classroom, I'm sure everybody's familiar with that. This is my classroom. It's set up funny because I teach biology and chemistry, and sometimes we have to be in different places in the classroom. So whether that be for lab or just random groups or research projects or whatever. And here's my resources, my references.